Hey everybody, sorry it's been kind of a while, but new semester and everything. First and foremost, this is a new camera of the same model that I talked about last time, because I bought it on Amazon, because there's no way I can do a review of an episode in like 23 minutes on my other camera, and I think that's basically what I've decided. The camera that I'm using right now, the Olympus one, will be for MLP reviews, and this one, the Canon one, is going to be used for Let's Plays. And I especially need this camera because you probably saw the last review, and I am not looking forward to this. I'm about to review Princess Spike, and it's not only I consider to be the worst episode of Season 5, but it's the worst of the entire series. Worse than Bridal Gossip, worse than Owl's Well That Ends Well, worse than The Mysterious Ne'er-do-well, worse than Spike at Your Service, and worse than Some Pony to Watch Over Me. I'll go into greater detail why that is, but for now, let's just get this over with. So this episode starts out at Canterlot, where apparently Princess Twilight has built basically the equivalent of a convention where ponies all across Equestria come together to try to meet with each other. And it's not just ponies, but also other species such as griffins, as shown first, as a way to symbolize friendship. That's what I'm assuming.
Ponies haven't yet. And let me tell you, putting it all together has led to more than one sleepless night. We're so excited to have you here, and to learn more about life all across this great land of ours.
Keep in mind of that, because that's going to be a very important plot point, and that's pretty much the basis, because after the theme song, Twilight basically becomes so exhausted that she ends up passing out.
Spike? Little help? Spike, we need you. Of course. What can I do?
Just as I said.
What happened to you? Oh, I'm sorry, Spike. I just need a quick nap. Delicate.
That's pretty much me every time I come back from class. And it's sort of the basis of me every day because I'm so friggin' tired. By the time I get back from class, I am just so exhausted, I just want to nap. And if you're wondering what classes I have this semester before we continue, I have only 3 because of a situation that happened in another class that I ended up dropping it like back in August. So yeah, that's the plot point of this episode. Because Twilight is so tired, Cadence actually wants Spike to be in charge and make sure that she does not wake up from anything. And so far, it is
perfect. Not on my watch. Excuse me? Can you keep it down a little? Oh
no! You know, it would have been a lot easier to A, shut the window, and on top of that, a bird noise is not going to be too...
Give you Percy. Words! Anything! Just please stop singing before you wake the princess!
Or that, that's fine.
I can't believe that worked!
But that doesn't last long when apparently a polo game is happening, or cricket, I don't know. So, Spike intervenes.
So Princess, thank you for your understanding.
And that's basically another plot point, where basically Spike tells the polo players that Princess Twilight demands hands for her rest.
Excuse me, do you have to do this right now? Oh no! Are those dragon sneeze trees?
These are too top heavy. Wouldn't take much to bring these beauties down.
Can't you just wait a few hours?
Sorry, it's a public hazard. got no orders.
Well,
There's kind of makes you wonder from who.
I've got my orders too. For Princess Twilight.
Princess Twilight? Oh, why didn't you say so? Gee, I reckon they'll keep a few more hours.
And then your boss is going to be wondering why the trees aren't cut down, and you'll most likely lose your job.
Good thing I got the princesses on my side. Come on! Excuse me, sir! I really need you to...
I'm just trying to make sure everything runs smooth for the summit.
But there is no summit without Princess Twilight, and she needs things to be kept quiet around here. So if you don't mind,
All right, if that's how she wants it.
Because she is the princess after all, and it's not like I'm going to lose my job or anything.
If something happens, it ain't my fault.
Keep that in mind. That line is going to be important for later. So everything's to be run smoothly and quiet, and Spike returns.
Twilight will be rested, Princess Cadence will be proud, and Princess Spike deserves a little reward.
Title drop. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for it.
Princess Spike. Right here.
I'll get something, all right? I worked forever on this thing. I know I have...
Hey. Alright, but before Spike can relax, he has to finish...
My friend here, the distinguished pony from up Manhattan and I are in a bit of a pickle, and we need the Princess Twilight to resolve it.
And I'm going to say either New York Pony or Boston Pony.
Can you talk a little quieter and maybe come back later? Oh, sure, now, gosh, I wish we could, but we're both supposed to give speeches about our local economies in 5 minutes, and we've been booked in the same hall.
It kind of makes you wonder, what is the local economy like in Manhattan? I'd be interested to know.
I had the room first. Now, let's be honest. My speech is more important.
Point of order there, sir, but I think you'll find that my speech is the more important one, don't you know?
Look, yous is going to have a lot of unhappy delegates on your hooves unless we get a ruling from Princess Twilight right now.
He's a dragon. He doesn't have hooves. And so, to make sure that Spike doesn't piss anybody off...
Let me see what I can do.
Oh. Never mind then.
Does something need scheduling? Oh, yeah. 2 delegates have speeches booked in the same hall. What do I do?
Okay, no problem. Just put the hay in the apple and eat the candle.
Okay, I will admit that. Twilight mumbling in her sleep, that's actually kind of funny. So, because of this, Spike decides to mix stuff on the fly, and it seems easily resolved.
The princess is always right. Now here you go.
I feel it's not about you.
I have no problem. Now, back to more important things.
Combine those two talks was a disaster. The hall was overcrowded and the speakers just shouted over each other.
Huh?
But why would the princess have made such a decision?
Okay, so let me try to put this together as neatly as possible. So apparently the suggestion that Spike made for the 2 delegates to share the room didn't work so well. But, okay, I guess I can kind of see the shouting each other, but I have been to BronyCon, and I have been to a couple of panels where there have been multiple speakers, and usually the speakers are pretty good speaking one at a time, so why is that the problem here? Okay, I can see like the shouting each other, but they couldn't really agree on it. And so a lot of ponies are pretty pissed.
I was really looking forward to the don't spend all your best speech, but when I went into the hall, a pony had taken my seat. A pony who used to be my friend.
Then sit in another seat. I know it's a kid's show, but it's a seat. You'll have your chance. Even kindergartners can find a new seat.
Your friend took your seat? Big deal. Why don't you just...
No offense, but I don't need some random dragon's opinion. I want to hear what Princess Twilight thinks.
Okay, it's still 5 seasons in, and that's a bit racist.
Fine.
So because Twilight is out of commission, he decides to make stuff up on the fly.
No friendship should end over a seat. You should forgive your friend.
Of course! Oh, the princess is so wise.
Nice. It kind of makes you... Are there any other rulers going on here?
I couldn't tell these delegates anything as long as they think it came from Twilight.
And that line seals this episode's fate. See, here's the thing. The first 10 minutes of the episode is not my problem with the episode. I think most of it, for the most part, is fine. After that, it becomes another one of those Spike becomes a selfish ass again episodes. And you see my problem with this? The reason why I'm having this problem is because Season 4 had a lot of great episodes. Okay, not necessarily great, but huge developments for Spike in terms of gaining confidence. Princess Spike, on the other hand, decides, screw that, we're gonna chuck that shit right out the window. And yet, other brony analysts don't seem to see that, because a lot of them say that this episode is about average or one of the greatest episodes of Season 5. Which leads to me, apparently, the reviewers who did this episode probably only saw it for one sit-through, wrote a review on it, and slap a rating on it.
Alright, who's next?
And thus we get a montage of, once again, Spike acting like a selfish jackass. Do you see?
That doesn't seem fair. I mean, Princess Twilight doesn't think that seems fair.
Yes, very well. It was worth a try, wasn't it, chap?
If this episode's gonna do what I think it's gonna do by making probably one of the only likable Tannerlot citizens into a hatred asshole, I am gonna lose all hope for this episode.
It's great! I just took care of a whole bunch of stuff that Twilight won't have to worry about when she wakes up. Wonder if any pony else needs the princess's help.
And yes, I get that it's for a good cause, but you would think that Spike would have learned his lesson by now.
If I can check a few of these meetings off Twilight's schedule, then when she wakes up, she won't have to think about anything but the reception. Says here you have a meeting with Princess Twilight?
Yupper, she wanted me to prep her on all the different gemstones in the Citizens of Equestria statue before the reception tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'd rather tell the princess directly.
Well, if it helps, you can call me Princess Spike.
No. And, it's a pretty big responsibility. And Spike is just using a position of power to get whatever he wants. I am actually trying not to yell because I'm actually on the second floor this semester and the walls here are still pretty freaking thin here. But, you know.
No, it's alright.
But the good news is that Cadence is actually catching on to this and decides to confront Spike.
I know Twilight so well, it's easy to make decisions like her. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for keeping Twilight's stress level down. As long as that's the real reason you're doing it. Well, why else would I be doing it?
Bullshit.
You're not enjoying speaking for Twilight a little bit?
Enjoying it? No way. The only things I'm doing by order of the princess are for the good of the summit.
See? You can tell that even Cadence can tell that Spike is lying. So, thankfully, Cadence is actually pretty good in this episode. And she doesn't believe him. And what does Spike do? He does the lock, shock, and barrel scenario and does the cross fingers behind his back. So let me get this straight. So when the mysterious Mayor Duell, Spike at your service, in Rainbow Falls does a character 180, everyone calls out on the writers and says that they fucked up. But when Princess Spike does it, no, it's fine, who cares, just swipe it under the rug. Complete and utter bullshit.
Order of the princess.
Even the masseuse is pissed. Seriously, how is everyone defending this? Someone explain this to me. How is it that almost every brony analyst on the freaking planet is defending this episode? Just save it for later. We're about almost 8 minutes in, and because we're nearing the end of the second act, we know that things are going to go to shit. Because we all know it. And, I mean, yeah, but to see...
Order of the princess.
See, it just goes to show why I legitimately hate this episode. Because as I said, all the character development that Spike got from the Equestria games, Power Ponies, and Inspiration Manifestation, chuck it in the trash, all gone, it does not even exist anymore. And but then again, the writer of this episode also previously done Johnny Test, so I don't know why I had high expectations for this. And spoilers, things do go to shit as things start falling apart, as basically one of the trees falls, one of the dragon seeding trees falls over, causing the damaged pipe to leak.
This is unexpected. I'll go shut off the main. You get rid of the water.
How exactly is a baby dragon going to get rid of water? What is he going to do? Be like in the animated Titanic movie and get rid of it with buckets for more splashing at the wall? Why did I expect that? Then again, I'm really hoping a rapping dog would come in at any moment. Yes, I said it. I would want the rapping dog from the animated Titanic movie to come in and save us. Yeah, I don't think it's working.
At least the statue's okay.
3, 2, 1. Behold the power of plot convenience. And thus because of that, everybody gets pissed and demands to see Twilight. Even Fancy Pants. Congratulations, Princess Spike. You just made the only likable Canterlot citizen into an angry jackass. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Not to blow my stand on Princess Twilight, I'll tell you that for nothing.
Yeah, me too. I'll not let Princess Twilight give Canterlot a bad name in the eyes of the Equestria. Come on, every penny. Let's go give her a piece of our mind.
Well, congratulations, Princess Spike. As I just said, you made the only likable Canterlot citizen into a raging jackass. I hope you're proud of yourself. And thus, 18 minutes in, Spike finally decides to tell the truth. And what do the venue people have to say about it?
Princess, we must speak at once. She is sleeping!
I'm glad you're here, Spike. We've got a lot to do. Do you know if the water main was fixed?
Yeah, about that.
Fancy Pants, what's wrong?
Don't play games with me, Princess. You know why I'm here.
Is this about the special privileges he wanted? Because this seems a little extreme.
Special privileges? The last thing on my mind is special privileges.
Oh wait, I forgot that, because there's actually one important line I actually forgot to show, and it's something that has been addressed in Golden Fox's review.
Wait! What is it now? There's an angry mob here that demands satisfaction.
It's just that, we don't want to wake the princess, do we?
Wait her? What? You're telling me that she's asleep?
Alright, I don't think I need to explain it. If you want to know why I had to go back and play that line, go see Golden Fox's review. But basically, putting a venue together or any kind of convention is difficult on anyone. And they need a break. They need legitimate break to rest and recuperate. And when people are not satisfied with all their hard work and complain that they're asleep, then fuck you up in the ass. Do you really think that I can overlook any of these episodes? Or rather this episode in particular?
Seems a little extreme.
Special privileges? The last thing on my mind is special privileges.
What's going on, Spike?
As he tries to leave the window. You know, starting last semester I got into Danganronpa, and I pretty much made a rant on a Season 8 episode on my Instagram, but I need something to satisfy this. Hey Leon, do you object to anything that Spike has done in this episode?
Do I object? Hell yes I object! Of course I do! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! Wait, evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Yeah, that about sounds right. Because after abusing the power of the princess to act like a selfish ass, what does he do? Tries to jump out the window to get away from his own faults. You know, we only have 3 minutes left. Let's power through this. So,
I guess I got a little carried away.
no shit, Sherlock.
It just felt so good to have ponies caring about my opinions on such important matters. I guess I was just enjoying feeling like a princess.
Well, Spike, one of the most important things a princess can do is realize when she's made a mistake and fix it.
How do I do that? You could start with them.
Or you can do yourself a favor and go back to my old reviews and basically show why I disliked you at the beginning so you can jump off a cliff. That would help. Do you know how freaking hard it is to not scream at the top of my lungs without everybody on my floor coming into my room and wondering why I'm screaming like a lunatic? Because I am just, like, we're almost done, but we're going to be in for the ultimate kicker. The moral of this episode. Which, obviously, yes, learning how to take responsibilities for your own actions. But the Spike? Quote-unquote, learning it? I call bullshit, he learned shit in this episode. So, let's see how this is going to end.
Hi there, every pony. So, I guess I owe you all a pretty big apology. It's funny, here we are at a summit that brings together ponies from all across Equestria, and all I could think about was myself. You all came here to celebrate the things that make each of our cities so unique and special. But instead of getting into the spirit of things like all of you, I used my friend's position to make myself feel good.
And even though that is a legit good lesson, after everything I had to sit through for the past 20 minutes, I say that Spike has learned shit. Celeste, can I borrow you?
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather.
And that's what this episode is. Idiotic blather. And yes, while the ending of everyone come together is nice and all, I don't give a shit. Cause I hate to tell you, everybody, Prince... Oh.
Come on!
That was Princess Spike. You know, as I said at the beginning of this review, that many other reviewers have said, this episode's not bad. It's one of the best episodes of Season 5. But so let's put it plainly. It's idiotic blabber. And it is the worst episode of the entire series. I don't care if Season 6, 7, or 8 have an episode that's bad or terrible. It probably won't be as bad as this. I mean, yes, I get it. The moral does sound pretty nice of don't using your friend's position as a way to make yourself look better. But what enrages me is that all the character development that Spike had learned Season 4 have been chucked out the window. And there are plenty of good funny moments in there. And on top of that, I did enjoy Spike. What am I talking about? I didn't enjoy Spike in this episode because, as I said, everything he learned from Season 4, just chuck that shit in the garbage. And yes, I get that he was trying to do it in good intentions. But when other people call character 180s in previous episodes and not call it in this one, it's a failure. An absolute fail. That's the word for this episode. And if I have every right to be on edge of why this episode is a piece of shit, I very much do so. So, there is really almost nothing about this episode I liked. It was almost plot convenience, contrivances, it was irritating, it is terrible. Terrible. And you know what? I didn't think it was possible, but aside from Cadence being the only pony in this episode not acting stupid, I'm honestly giving this episode an F. didn't think it was possible, but even though I remained calm for the first 10 minutes, those first 10 minutes don't mean nothing when about almost 75% of the episode is just Spike's character completely ruined and going back to the selfish ass that I hated when I got into this series. So Princess Spike is an F. A total epic fail. So yes, and as I said, what amazes me, many people have, as I said, don't think this episode is all that bad and consider it to be one of the best episodes of Season 5. Now, I try to be respectful of other people's opinions, but in this case, why? No, I'm not going to go anymore. Princess Spike, an F, total epic fail, worst episode of the entire series. I don't care if there's going to be an episode later in the season that's worse, or an episode in Season 6, 7, and 8. This episode sucks, and nothing is going to change my mind. Finally. Alright, so I'm Flipcan Gamer, and next time I will see you in Party Pooped. Oh, joyous day. See ya.